Hey guys, it's Becky. Do you guys want to make some earrings with me? Because I feel like making some earrings today. And I feel like opening up this Softflex design kit because it is having its release today. I've been waiting to make stuff with it until it gets released. I actually opened it and unboxed it a few weeks ago, but I saved the video and I should have just uploaded it just now. So with my organizing, but that means I can get into it and I can start making some stuff. And I feel like earrings are kind of like a comfort zone for me. So let's get the kit out. And it came with this turquoise wire. Let's also grab some 22 gauge wire in silver and gold, because some of these have gold tones, some of them have silver tones, and we'll see what feels right to us, what feels good while we're making it. I don't have any plans. I'm just gonna make some stuff because I like making things. So I've got some flush cutters for cutting wire and some chain nose pliers for bending things. I've got some 6-step bail making pliers for making loops. I've got magical crimpers to use with these. These are 2x2 crimp tubes. And I've got, because I'm gonna make my own ear wires with these, I've got a metal file here that can be used to file down the ends of the ear wires so they don't scrape up your ears when they go in. So let's figure out what I want to make. Now that I've got my tools and I've got my kit, I'm thinking something with these. Whoop, these pretty drops. So something with those. Then something with tassels. I think maybe the tassels are going to be a loop, maybe a figure 8 loop with the Softflex wire. And this could be, let's grab that. Those two might go good together. And oof, these guys are going to be, they're going to be something. Oh no, I know. Let me get these big ones out of the way. I want to get to these light blue rondelles over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a couple of these. Yeah, I like where we're headed with this. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a couple of these. All right. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use the Softflex wire with these. I'm gonna use the gold wire with this. And we're gonna use some silver wire on this one. All right. Do I need anything else with this? Maybe. Nope, that's the wrong blue to go with those. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's also the wrong blue. That is okay, because this is just going to be... Here we go. Let's pull these out, but let's give us a little bit of a spacer between those. Yeah, I like these spacers that have these blue that blue in there. Perfect. All right. So now I've got it planned out. Let me move this out of the way. All right, so this is going to be over here on this side. We're going to have this up here. And then this is going to be the one with this. All right, so let's get some wire cut for ear wires. All right. I'm going to make 4 pair with the silver wire. Or 4 ear wires, 2 pair. There we go. I know how to count, I promise. All right. I'm going to just cut them and shape them all at the same time. For my wire. And I'm just straightening them out and also warming up the wire so that it's a little bit easier to bend. All right, so all of these all in a row. I'm going to cut off the ends with the flush side of the flush cutters so they're all flat. I'm going to take my 6-step bail making pliers and I'm going to choose the smallest of my loops. I'm just going to grip right there in the middle of it and bring all of these all the way around like that. Okay, now I need you guys to stay together. Keep it together, friends. Keep it together, because I'm going to be bending these around the largest size of my 6-step bail making pliers. Get these all there. And I've got my loop pointing away from the end, like so. Now I've got all 4 of them together. I'm going to grab my chain nose pliers and just do a little whoop right there. And then cut off these. Whoop. Ear wires. All right, and then before I can wear them, I will need to file down the edges. I will do the other ones off camera though. There you go. So now I've got a pair for here. There are ear wires that come in the kit, but I find the ones that come in the kit they've got a shallower like ear part here. And my ears are shaped in a weird way, so like something pulling down on this always makes them tip out of my ears for the ones that came in the kit. So I just make my own because my ears are wonky. And that's why I do them this way. All right, so I've got those, and now I want to do a little bit of a wire wrap around the top of this. And then leave an end. So I'm going to cut off a significant part of this. Like about 6 or 7 inches, I'd say. All right. going to do the same amount for the next one. All right, and I'm going to go front to back or back to front. It doesn't really matter. It's the same. And then bend up in this direction. And I'm just going to bend over to the side and around with this part of my wire and just wind it up towards my bent up section. And it can be messy, it can be fine, but I just want it to be attached with a wire going up so I can make the rest of my earring. Let's just bend this in, this edge of wire so it doesn't okay. So now that I've got that up, I'm going to put my larger kind of barrel-y bead on top of it. And then my spacer and my more softly toned bead on top of it. Now I want to make a little loop up here with my bail making pliers. Let me do a little bend over to the side. See if I've got this facing towards me. I want to bend it over here to the right or left. I'm not sure which way that's going to be. And then take my bail making pliers, get a little poop, and wrap my wire all the way around. Then I'm going to do a couple of wraps here at the top. And that makes myself a loop that I can attach the ear wire to. Then I'm going to take the rest of this wire and I'm just going to wrap it around and between each of these beads all the way back down here. And I'm going to fill in my spots that didn't quite get wrapped all the way around for that. All right, let's cut off my excess, tuck in my end. I like that. All right, so that's my first earring. I'll make the second one off screen so this doesn't take like a gazillion years. But I like this one. All right. Now the second one, I am going to basically sandwich my little seashells between these beads, but I want to sort of mimic the swirl on here with a spiral on the end of this. So I'm going to start making a little curve. It's not a very tight curve because it doesn't need to be super tight. But now I'm going to pinch the wire in here and push the wire around this curve. I'm going to go around about 3 times. I could do 4. 3's fine. You can get a tighter curve if you use like round nose pliers that have a smaller circle in the middle, but those are not to hand for me. So I'm just using my bail making pliers, and they have a larger loop that they create. I'm okay with that. It's kind of a little bit exaggerated. Yeah, looks like we're going around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I get up to the part there we go. Then I'm going to bend the wire that way. And cut it off at about that length, because that will give me a little bit of space for my beads and a loop at the top. So I'm going to slide this bead on here, my seashell on there, another little bead for my seashell sandwich, and then I'm going to make a loop up here. I'm going to do the same kind of loop that I did with the other one, except instead of, after I do my wraps, instead of continuing to spiral down this, I'm just going to wrap it off and cut it off. So I'm going to take this all the way around, and it makes it a little hard when the wire gets short to hold with your fingers. So I'm just going to push that around with the pliers. Yeah. And I need to make a couple of ear wires for this. So let's cut off some wire for that. It's just like with the other one. Use the smallest one, bend it around with that loop, then bend it around the largest, like that, and bend it back, and cut off the extra. Oop. That fell out of my hand before I could cut it. Okay, seashell with a spiral at the bottom. And again, I'll make the second one off camera. I just, sometimes you feel like making earrings. All right, now for this one, I'm going to grab off a length of beading wire. And I'm going to start sliding some beads onto here. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, a tassel, and 1, 2, 3, like this. All right, and then I'm gonna just make this into kind of a figure 8 where I've got a crimp bead here and then a loop at the top. And I can attach that to my ear wire. So let's get a crimp bead out. Actually, just slide this down a little bit. Because you don't really need that much wire to do one of these. All right, let's slide crimp bead on there. And a crimp bead up this way, or go slide it through the crimp bead. They're both going the same direction. And then I'm going to shorten that one up by a significant amount. And then feed the longer end back through the crimp bead so that there's 3 strands going through it. And that, so there's a bit of a loop there at the top. And we're going to crimp it. Okay. And this is that crimp that you just rotated around while you're squeezing it, opening and closing it, and it flattens out all of your rough edges so that you end up with a nice round crimp that looks like a bead up at the top. All right. Come on, mister. I think that's going to be enough wire right here to make my second earring with. So I don't even have to cut any more off. Aha! There you go. Nice. So I just made myself 3 pairs of earrings. Well, I made myself 3 earrings. I still have to make them into pairs. So earring number 1, earring number 2, and earring number 3. Whoop. And that's all with the Softflex Under the Sea kit. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.